Dear student teachers and all the viewers, you are all welcome to today's program. Today we are going to learn a very important area in the field of English language teaching, and it's also the need of the hour. That means this topic is English medium instruction, techniques of teaching English medium instruction. You are all aware, dear students, the importance of English, and our schools are in transition process. That's just they are converting from regional medium instruction to English medium instruction. Hence, every one of us should take part in this and make it a great success. Dear student teachers, you are aware that it is the language of computers, it is the language of conversation, it is the language of business, it is the language of science, and it is the language of the world speaks. Lack of fluency in English can be a huge hindrance in the future. Hence, when should we start implementing English medium instruction? We think in the language we are comfortable with, and we are comfortable with languages we pick up early on. So sooner you introduce a student to English, the easiest it is to adapt to it. In fact, science has proven that our linguistic abilities, the ability to pick up new languages, go down drastically with age. Hence, we can conclude here we have to start teaching English medium instruction from early age. Our government rightly identified this need and started English medium in our primary schools. Dear student teachers, you know, all the stakeholders, all the politicians, parents, all the society members, they want to see our children attain wonderful communication skills. They should attain wonderful language, English language skills, because you know that we call world as is a global village, and in this context English attained a great importance. We know that this is the language of opportunities, dear students. Hence, in order to pursue their further education, in order to pursue their employment, people move across the world. Hence, the persons, those who attain this English proficiency, English language skills, will be always in advantageous position. Hence, you know that this is the language of the internet. Dear student teachers, you know that this internet is playing vital role to receive knowledge. And dear student teachers, you also know that English is a library language. It is also known as key to the storehouse of knowledge. This is very, very important, dear student teachers. Our students should be in the position to access this knowledge. How? Because this is the library language. Whatever may be the developments that may take place in any field, it may be engineering, it may be medicine, whatever may be the field it is, that comes first in English. Hence, our students, when they have these abilities, they can access this knowledge and grow well in their life. They can attain that knowledge, and they can compete with the people in this world. Hence, this English language skills are essential, dear student teachers. And we have to impart these skills. Our students should attain all this that requisite that communication skills, reading skills. They access this knowledge, growing knowledge. That means they access this knowledge, and they attain this knowledge, the competencies, and go anywhere in this world and live, and go anywhere in this world, and that they can live their bread and butter. Hence, then what's meant by English medium instruction? The medium of instruction is the language used by the teacher to teach. Teaching the language or educational content through the target language. It increases the amount of exposure of the language to the learner. It increases the opportunities to communicate by using the language. Dear student teachers, we come across some challenges, and students, they are learners of language, and teachers, we have wonderful teachers, experienced teachers. They are in the habit of teaching in mother tongue. Hence, here students and teachers, they switch over to mother tongue, and they share their knowledge in first language. And we have wonderful curriculum. We have wonderful curriculum in order to compete with the people in this world. We have curriculum. This curriculum is academically challenging. Hence, we have a good curriculum, and these are the things we have to address and solve these problems, and implement this English medium instructions effectively in our schools, make our children to attain wonderful language skills to become global citizens. And yes, to teachers, we have wonderful teachers. Our teachers must have two competencies. One is teacher competence and teaching competence. A teacher competence means our teacher should be in the position to transact that information, that they have knowledge of that information, that knowledge of subject, that we call teacher competence. The next one, teaching competence, how to teach this knowledge to students. That means a teacher should have subject knowledge, and a teacher should have competencies to transact that knowledge to students. That we call teaching competence, and our teachers, they have wonderful competencies. But what is a very important thing that here we come across is language. Hence, if you give that language support, English language support to our teachers, they perform wonderfully in our schools, and they can implement English medium instruction without any problem. And how can we help these teachers? How can we help our students? How can we help to develop this English language competencies? Let's see. Dear student teachers, some of you are in English medium, some of you are in Telugu medium. You may be in DEL.Ed, or you may be in B.Ed. You are learning these various latest strategies in teaching, and also you are learning English pedagogy. That means the philosophy of language teaching, how to teach language, how do children learn that language. These two things Hence, you should take this responsibility to help our teachers. Within a short while, you will be a member of that teaching fraternity. You go to schools and help our teachers, because you have been trained in latest strategies. That means how to teach English, you also know how do children learn English. Hence, let's discuss these strategies. How can we help our teachers? And here we implement one concept, we call it as CLIL, C-L-I-L. That means CLIL stands for Content and Language Integrated Learning, and refers to teaching subjects such as science, history and geography to students through a foreign language. Because we are implementing English medium instruction means we are implementing CLIL in our schools. We are teaching content, we are teaching English. This both we integrate together and grow children. And after completion of their course, they attain wonderful language competencies, they attain wonderful subject competency. Hence, because of this, they grow well and they can live anywhere in this world. And this CLIL is one acronym. It's content and language integrated learning. You observe this small video. Okay, dear student teachers, this is a small video about CLIL. Dear student teachers, what are the other strategies? That means how can we help our teachers to attain that English medium instruction competencies? This one important thing is confidence. Yes, we have to build confidence in our teachers. Yes, I can. This type of the confidence should be inculcated, imparted in our teachers, because they have some misconceptions or misbeliefs about English language. They think that English is a very difficult language. They think that learning of English demands grammar knowledge, that mastery or the grammar then only we can learn English. These are all are not correct, dear student teachers. English is one of many languages. Any language is for communication. There are many languages in this world. Telugu is there, Kannada is there, Koya language is there. That means many languages, Hindi is there. Any language, the purpose is communication. We can't differentiate easy language or difficult language. All languages are for communication. We can learn any language because that science language, science states we can learn any language. We have that capacity. When we are using one language, we have abilities to use any other language in this world. English is like that only. The ability to use language is much more than knowing its words and grammar and speaking it perfectly formed sentences. Language learning is surrounded by myths. We could usefully reconsider some of these beliefs and views. Language means not just grammar. Language is not just speaking some sentences, dear student teachers. Dear student teachers, every one of us should understand we can communicate well. This communication is of two types. That is verbal communication and non-verbal communication. And we are communicating in the school, in the classroom means, or we are in communication, we are communicating to some other person means. That means language is not only that thing that that plays vital role. It's another thing that is non-verbal area. That means our facial expression, our eye contact, our movements, gestures, hand gestures, and facial expressions. And this our posture and many other things are also there. They also contribute in our communication. Hence, with some knowledge, a little knowledge in a language, we can perform well and we can communicate well. This type of confidence should be developed in our teachers. English is not at all difficult language, and we can learn it in a very easy way. And in this type of that confidence should be inculcated in our teachers. And language scientists, linguists, they say, Chomsky clearly stated that language is like biological, other biological activity. The language is a biologically triggered of behavior. Children learn language in the same way they learn other biological functions. Language is, he states that language is automatic. If you are in that environment, just if you have some a little effort, automatically we pick that language, we pick up that language without any difficulty. And also he states that we have one device is there. He called it as language acquisition device. Every one of us is provided with a language acquisition device in our mind. It's a sort of pre-installed software which can learn language without any difficulty. LAD, a set of common grammatical rules are there that he named it as universal grammar. You need not worry about English grammar. You pick up language automatically. Just what you have to do, just use that. Because teachers, we have that opportunity. You can use language in the classroom. And we can use it for teaching purpose. We are fortunate to be teachers, dear student teachers. We have that ability, that we have that opportunity. Make best use of that, attain wonderful English language skills. And one other linguist, he states that language acquisition does not require extensive use of conscious grammatical rules and does not require tedious drills. This Stephen Krashen states like that. Hence, here what we conclude here, that means language, that English is very easy, no need to worry about it, and you can develop it very well. You can teach by using English language in an effective way. And one thing we should bear in mind, that don't switch over to mother tongue. For example, you are in English medium classroom. You teach in English. Try to teach in English. You can communicate well. Make use of various other sources and teach it in the classroom. Think in English. Use English only in the classroom. Don't switch over to our mother tongue. This is one principle the teacher should bear in mind. That mother tongue should be avoided and should be banished. Use English in the classroom. There will be a sort of struggle, don't worry. You have to struggle at primary stages of your teaching, and then you automatically you attain other skills. And use some English for classroom purposes. Your entire school, English medium school, or it may be your classroom, should be saturated with English. The students should listen to English, they should speak English, read English, they should convey their ideas through writing in English. Use English for classroom purposes also. Learn, use them from very early in the school, even in school assembly, or it may be midday meals, while you are giving midday meals to students, while you may be in the classroom, while we are making students to perform garden work, or it may be in a laboratory. Use English. That we call it as classroom English. Observe this small video.
Lesson comes as a request, because I know that there are actually quite a few of you who are teachers of English, and you wanted to know some classroom English. So today we're going to look at classroom English. This is more for beginners, especially people who have just joined an English class, an ESL class, EFL class, etc. And you're starting to get used to the classroom environment, and you're not exactly sure what the teacher is saying, what you should say, etc. We're going to start with the teachers. What do teachers say that you need to understand? Okay? Excuse me. First, the teacher will take attendance, or the teacher will take roll call. Sorry, these are two separate words, roll call. Basically, they want to know who is here and who is not here. Okay? So, if a student is in the class, he or she is present. So if the teacher says Bill, present. Mary, present. Bueller, Bueller is absent. He or she is not in the class. So absent, not here. Present, here. If the teacher has finished with attendance and starts to teach the class, and a student comes in then, that student is late. And they get a little check. Too many lates, you get into trouble. Now, you could be absent, but you can have an excused absent. Means you have a note from your parents, from your doctor, from your boss, or the teacher just knows that you're not coming today, and it's okay. It's excused. Now, the teacher will give you commands. He or she will tell you to do things. Okay? So it's very important that you understand what to do. If the teacher says, put up your hand, or raise your hand to ask a question, to make a comment, to ask to go to the bathroom, put up your hand. Raise your hand. Don't speak out. Because if everybody...
This is a small video about English. We can use English for classroom purposes. Use English for various purposes. While we are going to start lesson, are you ready, dear students? Are you with me? Are you okay? Are you following me? Please listen to me carefully. Look at this picture. Say it again, please. Come on. I can't hear. can't catch you. Please say it again. I don't understand what you are saying. You, in this way, have you understood? Are you following my lesson? Do you have any doubts? In this way, use English for various purposes while you are teaching. While you may take attendance, you may use English. Who is absent today? Who is not here today? What's the matter with Jim? What's the matter with Hari? He's absent today. What's wrong with Rama? In this way, you may ask. And dear student teachers, use English for classroom purposes, and let us see how to transact subject matter, that means content, in English. See, this is our environment, class 5 textbook, and these are the that lessons based on some themes. See, there may be some lessons are based on themes. Animals is one theme, agriculture may be one theme, water may be one theme, nutrition may be one theme. We have, in such a way, we have lessons in our textbooks, and it may be class 6th science book, and it's our food, and there are some other lessons based on themes are here, plants, parts and functions, and in this way lessons are there. Water in our life, learning how to measure movements in animals and living or non-living. In this way lessons are there in our textbooks, how to transact them. Whatever may be the lesson you take, that lesson is based on a theme. There you come across some vocabulary, that means some words, some jargon, technical jargon, and first see that your students understand those words. Teach content obligatory vocabulary or technical jargon, we may call it as vocabulary words, while before you are going to start that lesson. Without these terms, the content can't be expressed. Our students can't read that information. Hence, before going to teach a lesson, collect all the vocabulary words and see that your students understand those words. You may teach these words by following one technique, that's concept mapping. See, in other words, these are keywords of the lesson. Let's see, plants, parts and functions. How can we teach this? Parts of a plant. For example, you have chosen that. You may ask students, what do you know about plants? Tell me different parts of a plant. Students, they have knowledge. They come to school with some previous knowledge, prior knowledge. Hence, that retrieve that knowledge, ask some questions, elicit answers related to plant. They say different words, they know, but in some cases, in primary stages, they may respond in their mother tongue. Encourage them, no problem. No problem. Instead of saying flower, they may say puvulu leka pushpalu. Encourage them, no problem. Kandamu, they may say. They may say bark, or it may be, they may say that what we call beradu. No problem. Elicit. What are the different parts? When they say in Telugu, it is the duty of the teacher, change it into English. Megaphone, write it on the blackboard. In this way, develop concept map. Let our students understand all the related terms, all the terms related to plants. What are the various uses of plants? Generate one more question. Elicit answers. They may say different answers. They give shade. They give fruits. They give vegetables. They give oxygen. They give shelter to many animals. They may say different types of responses. They may say in Telugu or English. Hence, if they say చెట్టు నీడని ఇస్తుంది, you may say the plant, the trees give shade to us. Change them into English. and megaphone them right on the blackboard. See, this should happen. You give good practice. Hence, link their previous knowledge with the present knowledge, and then before going to start that lesson. And link the present knowledge of the child to his previous knowledge. Link the classroom teaching with the day-to-day life of the pupils. They know various things related to plants, how we use them in our day-to-day life. Our chairs, tables, our doors are made up of wood. We get wood from plants. They may say, receive that. Encourage them to say such type of things. Hence, they recall their previous learning and change them into English, and use different types of what we call pictures. Use them in the classroom. Show pictures. Use according to your that convenient technique. Implement it in the class. Show real objects. Show flower, bring it, show it, explain pots. Show the plants, pluck a small that plant and show it, a shoot system and root system, and these things, different vocabulary words. Hence, before going to read that, our students should mastery over the words which they come across while they are reading. These different types of roots, the different that what we call teach this vocabulary to students. Vocabulary. Even while you are teaching clothes, teach those words. Family, it may be that related to school. That means very early stage you may teach these things. And while we are teaching animals, the concept of animals to students, show pictures and that introduce words. They know all of them in their mother tongue. Some English words also they know. Show and teach, and let our students understand, let our students make use of these words in their day-to-day life. And also use your convenient technique. You may give definitions, you may give examples, you may show real objects, you may give synonyms of that word. You in this way use these techniques in the classroom in order to teach vocabulary to students. Is there anything wrong with simply translating new and difficult word? No problem at all, dear student, as teachers. For example, sometimes it will be easy on the part of you to translate. Okay, you choose that technique and see. Calotropis, while we are showing that, for example, the students feel difficulty to understand that, or you may not get immediately in your near surrounding. Use that translation. Students can understand. Jilledu, you may say Calotropis Jilledu in mother tongue, and they can understand. Use translation, no problem. Custard apple, you may give Telugu that equivalent, mother tongue equivalent word. And then after teaching all the vocabulary words, you generate some small phrases or small sentences related to that concept that you are going to teach, that lesson that you are going to teach plants. Let our students speak some sentences. Already you have given wonderful practice. You taught all the vocabulary words to your students, and you know that they know some knowledge. Then give some more that understanding related to plants. Let our students speak, give oral training. This will be the easiest way of teaching. Plants are very important for life. They may say they give food, they give shelter. In this way, they give small sentences. Write those sentences on the blackboard. Hence, already you retrieved the information related to the theme that you are going to teach, and students also, they understand what they are going to read, what they are going to learn in that lesson. In this way, this activity is very important. You may take up this. And dear student teachers, you are in the era of information technology. Make best use of information technology. use that information is there, millions of pages are there, information is there, information is in form of images, information is in the form of videos, use them in the classroom. Let your students also use that information. Our students, they go home and they take the mobile from their father and they play games. Let's channelize their that thinking and energy in right way. Encourage them. Okay, today just you learned about photosynthesis. Go and that watch videos that are there in YouTube. Help them. Just you inculcate such type of habits, students can learn and they feel very happy, and they start accessing knowledge that is there in this world. They need not depend only the teaching that is being provided in the classroom. Help them to access that knowledge. We call today we call mobile learning. Learn anything, anywhere, anytime. This is our slogan, dear student teachers. Make best use of mobiles. Let our students make best use of mobiles in order to learn things. See the small that video, just that is taken from YouTube in order to teach
to a new happy learning video.
Photosynthesis.
Have you ever wondered how plants feed?
Just within 1 minute,
To answer this
we shall go to
question,
next
we need to understand
concept. Watch it.
photosynthesis.
See how
Photosynthesis
attractive it
is
is,
a
how
process
interesting it
in
is.
which plants make their own
Use
food
this type
to
of
be able
videos
to grow
in the
and
classrooms.
develop. In order
Help
to
your
perform
student to
photosynthesis,
access
they
this.
need various elements: sunlight, carbon dioxide obtained from air and water, and chlorophyll, which is a green substance that all plants have and is fundamental for performing photosynthesis, since it could not happen without it. By the way, chlorophyll is what gives all plants their green colour. But how does photosynthesis take place? Look at this plant. As you can see, its roots are anchored to the ground, and through them, the plant absorbs water and minerals in the soil. Water with minerals are transported up the stem, reaching the leaves. The leaves are full of tiny pores called stomata, which absorb carbon dioxide that the air in their surrounding contains. All this containing water, minerals, and carbon dioxide is called raw sap. Now it's chlorophyll's turn. The chlorophyll in the leaves has all the necessary ingredients for photosynthesis to take place. And when it receives
Okay, dear
sunlight,
student teachers,
the process begins.
we can understand this is the way you have to use videos. One example here, and this graphic representations, animated pictures, videos help our students to understand well. Let's attain good understanding, wonderful understanding from this type of that material available nowadays. Everyone is accessed, and we are fortunate. We also develop very well, and we can attain wonderful skills, language also, dear students. And then here, dear student teachers, while you are teaching English medium instruction, bear in mind, provide comprehensible input and anxiety-free environment. Our linguists, they say, whatever you teach to our students should be understandable to them. They should be within their reach. You bear this principle. Hence, and also they should free, they should not feel any fear. Don't worry about their mistakes. Mistakes are part of learning. They are tolerable. We have to tolerate their mistakes. Let our students commit mistakes. They are on the way of learning. Hence, even we may commit mistakes, don't worry. It's a part of our learning. Don't worry, our communication, conveying ideas is important. Hence, form is not important, function. Accuracy may be given that later, that importance. Fluency is important. Bear these things in your mind and teach your students, help your students, provide joyful learning. Reading is very important. Help your students to read information. First you taught words, then you made your students to speak simple sentences related to that theme plans, then provide reading materials. Don't worry, don't use only the information that is there in the textbook. Use other information also. But bear in mind, it should be simple. That means it should be within experiential orbit, or it should be comprehensible. What we call comprehensible. That means the student should be in the position to understand, just above their level. Your teaching, your task, a little bit challenging. That means we call it as Vygotsky's zone of proximal development. Based on this, we implement this in our classroom. Provide reading text just above their level. Little challenging, it may be a task. Then they start attaining that skill, learning that skill, reading that information and understand that. But bear in mind, it should be simple, it should be attractive, students friendly, provided with pictures, graphs, graphical graphs and diagrams, illustrations, many examples, and while they are learning they feel interest, they show interest according to their interest, according to their needs, according to their level. You have to provide personalized teaching to students. Don't worry that information that is there in the textbook. Let our students access other books and provide that. And what are the supporting these small one or two that principles I would like to share with you, dear student teachers, which help our students and you also to read and understand well. Support strategies for training students to become independent readers. Hence, knowledge is in books. Make your students independent readers. Independently, they should read and understand. Always you should not be there to help them. Let our students attain that skill. For example, give one that confidence. Dear students, while you are reading, you may not be in the position to understand. Don't worry, don't stop, continue your reading. Definitely you can understand. You may give one Hindi paper to students. Sir, they may say, sir, we can't understand. You give one confidence, that means give confidence, support. Don't worry, you read one paragraph with some speed, definitely you can understand. Take help from pictures that are there. Give this type of encouragement, positive reinforcement to your students. Definitely they develop, they grow. Don't stop your reading when you can't understand a part of information. And help the student to read with imagination. Okay, imagine if there are some pictures, imagine what's there. Use that, read with some imagination. Definitely you can understand. What that language, don't worry, that is not a problem at all. Continue your reading. In this way you help your student while they are reading. Then help them to make use of context clues. What are context clues? While we are reading, there may be some pictures, there may be some words. Some words are there, and we may not be in the position to understand meaning. Don't worry, you may not be in the position to understand, but that word may not be useful to understand or comprehend that matter. Hence, you may come across some difficult words here and there. Don't worry, continue your reading. And try to grasp that information, grasp that meaning of that word from the context. There may be a picture, use it. They help you to understand. In this way, help your student to read well. And read and speed are both are interrelated. Students should not read slowly. A slow reader can't understand. They have to maintain some speed. even whatever may be the things, that is a good reading strategy. Read with some speed and it helps you to comprehend well. Read with speed, don't read slowly. Give this instruction to your students and give one confidence. You read, definitely you can understand. You can understand. No, don't worry, no doubt about it. In this way, gradually you make your students to understand things. Provide students friendly material. They feel happy to read that, and use some tourist brooches. Use brooches. They contain some material information. While we are teaching social studies about our culture, heritage, provide that those brooches to students. And recipes. And dear student teachers, today we learnt some strategies related to English medium instruction. Today we are in the era of information technology, and lot of information is there, and we are imparting English medium instruction to our students. Our students should access this, that's information technology, and retrieve knowledge that is there in the in this world, and then they attain that that competency to compete with the people in the world. Hence, make students to become that international citizens. Hence, in this way, English medium instruction will help our students to become international citizens and to attain a wonderful knowledge in this world. Okay, dear student teachers, and make best use of this the information, and then use all these techniques in the classroom and help our students to grow well. Thank you very much. I wish you very good luck, dear students.